Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you my foundation routine. As you can see here, I have some acne scars. It's sad, they look pretty bad. And then the other side is not too bad, but I'm still going to show you. This side, they're much larger, and I think I have one or two active acne in here. So what I start off is using concealer from MAC. Just in their little, it looks like a little eyeshadow container, but it's actually concealer. And this is a MAC limited edition brush. the the thing about this brush, it's really cool. Half of it is with bristles and the other half is like a foundation side, and I really like it. Uh, the brush already has product on it, but I really like this brush because I use the foundation side to pick up a bunch of concealer, and then I apply it directly onto the affected red areas. And I basically am just going to spread this all over and blend out and out and out and just keep on blending. I It's funny, I almost use the concealer like foundation because I have so many affected spots. But yeah, I just keep on blending out. I believe I'm going to switch my concealer from the MAC because I go back and forth between liking it. Right here, I just use what was left over on my brush to use and cover the redness on my nose, and I switched over to the bristle side right now to blend out the edges of the concealer, which is why I like this brush so much, because the foundation looking side you can really pack it onto your face, but then you can switch over to the brush side. And right here I'm showing you the difference of what adding some concealer to my face would be like. So I'm just going to pack on that concealer again. I don't have to put on quite as much. I still put on quite a lot, but not as much as I had the other side, and I'm just going to cover up the affected spots right here. And thumbs up for the kitty shirt, guys. I'm totally wearing a kitty cat covered blouse and it looks amazing. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep on blending. I have a few affected spots on my chin, and I'm just going to go up to my eye. Anywhere that I saw was red. And yeah, I do actually apply my face after doing my eyes. I know some people like to do their eyes after applying their face, but I just like doing the face afterwards because I think it's a mental thing. I just feel like I look that much better. But yeah, so that's concealing it. It's definitely not even, so I'm going to have to put on foundation over it. And right now I'm just concealing under the eyes a little bit more. I didn't add any more concealer to the brush. I'm just using what's on my face and what's left over on the brush. So I'm going to put that away, and right now I'm going to use the Naked foundation from Urban Decay, which I absolutely love. That foundation is amazing. And the brush I'm going to be using is a stippling brush from Sephora. I actually don't like this brush so much, but it's the only stippling brush I have, and I'm looking for new ones, so if you guys have any ideas. So first, you gotta shake up the foundation, because if you don't shake it up, it's just gonna be watery and disgusting and gross. I take a small pump and I put it onto my hand, and I try to show you guys, but there's a glare, so I just end up turning my arm awkwardly. And instead of patting the foundation onto my brush, did you notice that I scooped it on? And so right now I'm just gonna pat it. I'm a big fan of just patting things onto my face first and then rubbing them in, because I feel like I evenly distribute it all over, but I just had patted on to my affected area. And if you notice, I have not put any on my forehead yet, because my forehead is not really, how would you say it, covered with scars or has any blemishes, and I don't really like to put on a lot of product on areas that aren't that affected, so that's why I don't go down on my neck either. I just take what's left over to kind of rub down and maybe even it out a little bit. And so I'm going to do the same thing, shake it all up, squirt a little bit onto my hand, and then I scoop it onto the brush. So right here, I just scoop it on. I don't dab it into my skin, I scoop. So again, I'm just going to pat over the really affected areas, and then I just kind of pat down and towards my nose and eyes and chin, and then I start rubbing it in all the way. Just kind of blending it out. I don't want to get a line, but the Naked foundation actually, is really, really, really similar to my skin color. So I got pretty lucky with that. So I'm just still blending it, and I'm going to swipe a little bit onto my forehead to even it out. And yeah, so that's, so far I've put on concealer and then I've put on a little bit of foundation, and this is what it looks like so far. So far so good, but it's a little bit shiny if you notice. It's also from the lighting, but it is a little bit shiny. So, oh, there is music on, so I'm dancing, you know, getting my groove on, putting away my brushes. But now I'm going to set it with the Urban Decay Mineral Powder. I like this powder because it really lets my skin breathe, and it kind of just melts into my face. It looks good. This brush is again from Sephora, and I again don't like this brush as well, but it's the only brush that I have. I don't know, Sephora brushes, the bristles just sort of fall out, and I don't know, they're not as good as I had hoped. But anyways, so I unscrewed the cap because I do not like this little sponge thing. I don't know what the point of it is. I just feel like it gathers bacteria and it's gross. So I open it up and I dip my brush in there and I sort of tap it out. I don't want to get too much on it. And that's about how much I'm going to use on my entire face. So again, I'm just tapping areas that I want to cover. I tap over there. I'm going to tap on this side. And then I'm just going to tap it all in. Just like that. I'm a little bit rubbing, but I'm mainly just tapping it all over, and then I start rubbing everything out because I just feel like tapping it is going to give you a really even distribution on your skin, and it just gives it a, what's the word, a finer finish? I don't know. It just looks better as the finish. So I'm just tapping out, and again, if you notice, I'm not really going onto my forehead because I don't really need a lot of cover up on my forehead. I think my forehead looks fine, but I will go over and run a little bit on it just so that it looks even. I'm going to run this down more on my neck than I did on the foundation. And yeah, so this is what it looks like. To actually complete the look, I'm using this MAC Mineral Bronzer that I got for my birthday that my mom dropped, and it broke and it crumbled, and it's just a sad day. So this brush is from Philosophy. I was looking for the name, but it really only said Philosophy. It's just really short bristles, really stiff. I just love it for contouring. It's perfect. And I, because of the mineral foundation, the bronzer being cracked and broken like that, I have to tap off a lot of it because it gets really pigmented onto the brush. So I'm just going to contour my cheeks first. I don't do the whole kissy or smiley thing. I just go from my ear to the corner of my mouth. It sort of creates a line connecting it. And then I just sort of blend down. I blend down my ear and kind of blend downwards. And then I go up towards the temple. And yeah, so that's what one half of my face looks like. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Oh, I forgot. I take what's left over and put on my nose because I think I have a large nose. I grew up with my family teasing me about my nose, so I like to contour and make it look smaller. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Again, I have to tap off a lot because it just picks up so much color from being broken. And there I'm kind of tapping, you know, the tapping method, always there, Old Faithful, and blending up to my temples. And again, I blend downwards. I blend from my ear to my mouth, and then if it's too dark, I just start to blend down. See how I'm blending underneath it rather than blending up? I do blend up a little bit, but mainly if it's too dark, I blend downwards. And then I think I'm just going to take the leftovers right now. Did I do it? I might not have done it, actually. Oh, good going, Diamond. You only bronzed one half of your nose. Oh well. That is how I contour my cheeks, and then I'm going to use this Hot Mama from the Balm. But actually, my favorite blush is from Urban Decay Score, and it was just really expensive, and so Hot Mama is basically the exact same color. I'm going to show you in just a second. Gosh, I wish the glare wasn't there, but yeah, they are basically the exact same color, just Hot Mama comes with a lot more product, I felt like, and so, I don't know, I really only use Score when I'm going out and being fancy, you know, so I just take this blush brush. I think it was from Sephora. I'm not sure. The label had rubbed off. I couldn't really see. And I'm just gonna apply a generous amount onto my brush because I believe a lot of blush is good. Blush on the brush. That's such a tongue twister. Jeez. And so, of course, you saw me tapping and then I swipe up. I'm blending in with the bronzer and then I blend up to the temples because this blush has sort of a highlighting effect to it already, so I don't add a highlighter. And I swiped across my nose and forehead because I feel that I'm doing such a heavy blush on one side of my, or one side, on my face that I need it to kind of blend in with the rest of my face without just looking like I have clown cheeks on. So that's why I blended onto my forehead and onto my nose. So again here, just tapping, blending upwards, you know, everyone knows how to do their blush. Blending in a little bit, going up into the temples, yada 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 yada, onto the nose, chin, and forehead, even out my face. And yeah, so this is my foundation routine for acne scars. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye!